Hello everybody, welcome back to the Gran Turismo 7 Weekly Challenge. We are in February week 5, and we are in for a very special set of events this week. Starting up, we got the Jimny Cup over here on the Sardinia Windmill course, which is actually a dirt course. I'll go ahead and get out my... whichever Jimny I choose, probably the, yeah. Definitely my G-Wagon. My G-Wagon Jimny. You gotta roll with it. You gotta roll. No pun intended. Okay. It's only 2 laps. It's not that bad. I'll just sweep away the competition. Hopefully I roll over or something. Who knows? Who knows what I'll do? Especially in this thing. It's, oh god. Yeah, this thing is definitely uncontrollable. The reason why I call it my G-Wagon is because it looks like a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon. I mean, why else would I call it a G-Wagon? I also made it white on purpose. Oh, that was a fun 360. But anyway, yeah, I went ahead, I called it a G-Wagon, I made it white, just like a Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, and, oh, there's a rollover! Fun. We like to have fun with the Jimneys. Oh my god, this thing is so uncontrollable, so uncontrollable. Well, at least that turn we seemed like we had an okay time. Maybe. Nope. We had an okay. Red lighting on gear 3. It can't. It just can't. Oh! Oh! That would have killed the tires, suspension, everything around it. Ooh. Okay. Uncontrollable for sure. I can't believe we're doing this. But other than the latter half, which is the latter option, which is just very boring and slow. In this case, we got some exciting gameplay for you. Got some 360s, got some barrel rolls. What more could you want, you know? Especially in only 2 laps. Oh! Whoa! Bouncing. Guess what? I'm able to keep it forward. I'm able to keep it going. Oh! No! Get off the wall. I am 9 seconds ahead of myself right now because of that that thing I did, the rollover. Oh! Whoa! Oh God! No! Don't go into the pits! Okay. Oh, let's not go into the pits. I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but yeah. You know what? It's over. Thank God. And what I can say finally is on to the next one. Whew. Race number 2. We got the European Sunday Cup 500. I believe that is, yes, that is just a suggestion. So anything from Europe. I actually want to use the Mercedes AMG GT Black series because I want to unveil my awesome livery, which you saw. It wasn't my awesome. It's just a livery that I put on it. So, normally the black edition is orange. So, I found somebody who made it black. And also combined the Red Bull livery on there. So, that makes it a lot easier. A lot likable. A lot likable. I love it. Now the Black Series has a reason. It actually means something to the car, you know, to non-car enthusiasts. Because I'm not actually sure what the Black Series alludes to. I really actually don't. I heard that has something to do with the rear, though. I could be entirely wrong. But now it has a true meaning that everyone can agree on, which is the exterior of the car is black. Plus, I love Red Bull. I hope to one day be sponsored by Red Bull. I think that would be badass. Like, if they told me to do anything, I'd be like, yes. I love your drinks. Yeah, I'm a big Encompass. I'm not gonna say I consume their drinks all the time. One, because they are bad for my health. If I could drink their drinks all the time, I absolutely would, though. I would drink a Red Bull whenever I could. But they're just bad for my health. I know that they are. However, if I need it, I will absolutely drink it. Like yesterday, I was working and I absolutely needed one. So I got a 20 ounce. The day before, although I didn't drink it. But I needed it, and I drank that 20 ounce for most of my shift, actually. And it got me through. So, yeah. And that's my story of Red Bull. What do we say? On to the next one. And then number 3, we have the Deep Forest Raceway Ferrari Circuit Challenge. And this came at a perfect time because I actually reworked the F40. This F40, that was originally done while I was under the influence. I basically made it as lightweight as absolute possible, not thinking about anything else. And I went ahead, I engine swapped it. I actually messed with the steering as well. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to test it for the very first time on here. Because I love this Ferrari. I repeat, I do not agree with this message that's on this license plate. However, I can't change it. For those who don't know, it says, my wife says, I don't listen to her, or something like that. And I do not agree with that message. So, I just want to make that clear. Well, if you can tell her. No, my wife says I don't listen to her, or something like that. Anyway. Okay, this F40 is actually a lot better to handle, I think. But I may have to mess with the traction control. But so far, its speed is absolutely insanity, and I love it. I didn't have to do too much as far as upgrades are concerned, so there's that. Where's the what valve? I don't even know what that is. Oh, the mural. I heard mule. Get out of here, F8 Tributo. You do not belong here. But I spent a lot of money on this F40, actually. First, I had to even buy it. But then, I changed the engine. Well, I engine swapped it. That part was free. But I had to buy a new body. And that was expensive as all hell. Because it, I think it costed 3.4 mil. And that's actually why I went from 10 million to 3 million, something like that. I was just upgrading cars. I came across this one. 133. It's not a good 700 car, but it's an interesting. Good Ferrari. In fact, the next car that I'm gonna use the Porsche for the Porsche Cup is really interesting because that one's engines. I didn't get to do it for that. So this thing is a lot easier to control, a lot better to control. Before it was just unruly. It had the power of a god, of a like lightning in a bottle, essentially. But I couldn't do anything about it, and so just be out of whack. Now it's a lot easier to control. It's a lot better. A 132 on as a lap. No, that's fantastic, actually. Yeah, that's what you need for these Ferrari circuit challenges. And this kind of is your cheat code right here. This Ferrari F40. Everything else is kind of eh. Like, it works. But it also depends on your flavor of tea. You know, let's say you don't like the F40. Well, then you suck. And you should only be drinking one type of tea, and that's F40. See, these guys are drinking two different flavors of tea, and they're wrong, and I will show you why they're wrong. And this is why they're wrong. Yep, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make, I'm gonna have to announce, like, every single time I use this car, I'm gonna have to announce that I do not agree with this license. Because it's just some bro who thinks he's funny. He's just like, I mean, it's a light joke, but it's... Because there's other ones that are worse. Worse sexist jokes. Like, you know, the whole get back in the kitchen joke. Women don't work or whatever. I don't know. There's other sexist jokes that I don't agree with, but at least it's not one of those. Dude, Bishop got left in the dust. Hashima is the one that's trying to catch up to me. Yeah, he's on my ass. Maybe his wife does that. Something. Who knows? Last lap. Let's just get this over with. Honestly, I'm very impressed with that 131. Although it's not very consistent, it seems. So. And with the traction control being on 3, it's actually more impressive than anything. Alright. Who the hell is back here? A Ferrari 308 GTB? Bro. Put that back in your garage and go lay down, old man. Yeah, this is a lot better to handle. I love it. But as we like to say in the Gran Turismo industry, on to the next one. The fourth event here, we got the Porsche Cup. I actually am going to use a car previously mentioned. The 911 GT3 RS 2022. The reason why is because this particular car is engine swapped. It is engine swapped. I put some suspension upgrades on it. So let me see if I don't. Hold on. Got the. Oh, Wolf is not in here. Darn. But I bet you somebody is in here. Peraza. I gotta watch out for him. Cause he comes out of nowhere. Yeah, the reason why I did this car is because I can run this the DRS. I can literally activate it anywhere with controller superiority. I can just activate it. So normally you activate it with R3. Normally you activate it with R3, however, I have a button in the back of my controller for R3. R3 and L3. So, yeah, I originally enjoyed using this this Porsche a lot here, but it was always a close competition. I engine swapped it because I could. I just had the engine on hand, and I said, sure, what would it do? I think you got a 90s Porsche. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I also have a either a 90s or 80s Porsche. But I just prefer this one because of the DRS and the engine swap. Bye-bye, Jimmy Wong. And the handling is outstanding here. Yeah, I have quite a few cars that I could use. The 959 is a big one that I could have used. But I did not want to. The handling on it is okay, but it's not as good as the GT3 here. Carraz is the one that I need to look out for because he... I'm gonna act like nothing happened. Alright, there's one more person to catch up to, and that's Blessan. I'm only on lap 2? That's crazy. But, here comes Carrazza, by the way. This is the guy I was trying to warn about. Yeah, he's coming for me. He's 4 seconds behind me right now, but... But I'm about to pass up Blasian, and we're gone. Yeah, Carraz is right. He's catching up. Beautiful. Actually, Carrazza might be cooked. 'Cause I don't see him catching up. I don't see him catching up to Blasian. Anyway, last lap. Oh, Carraz is making his move. Carraz is trying to make his move. Is he going to be able to overtake second? He's trying. He really is trying. He's like right up Blasian's ass. Oh! He did it! He finally caught up with Blasian. He's gone, dude. But guess what? Too fucking late. And one thing's for sure. I am done with this race, and I am on to the next one. So, the very last thing we get to do is the F3500 one make race. 18 laps here. Let's see if there's going to be any rain. Okay, so far there's no rain. However, I have all of them, actually. Why? I have everything, and I don't know why. But anyway. Alright. Let's do this. Why do I have racing softs? Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna do my best to make a good. Okay. First, lean. Do I even need it on lean? No, I don't need it on lane. There's a lot of things we're gonna have to look out for on this. I gotta get used to how it feels. I probably should have done mediums, but I want to go ahead and have a real good first couple laps. I'll pit and then go to mediums. So we're gonna have enough fuel, that's for sure, but we just gotta make sure we have no rain. Now, I wouldn't mind having rain, honestly, because the AI acts kind of stupid whenever you do have rain. So, I wouldn't mind that personally, but... Okay. 117. Oh, that 113 looks really good on me, actually. And then again, those are racing softs, so... Yeah, those guys are just up there. Okay, well, except for the guy at the top, he's... way up there, actually. Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting race. I haven't done anything like this in a while, actually. Because this is the closest thing you're going to get to F1 on Gran Turismo. Yeah, it wasn't a good lap, but getting around these corners are not the easiest as much as you'd think it is. Why do I keep almost spinning out there? I don't like that. I mean, I'm not saying I'm hoping for rain, but I'm kind of hoping for rain. Let's get around this guy. Just go. We're home free for a little bit. Then I'll be on racing mediums after I pit. That way I don't have to worry about pitting for a while. See, look, now it's just a matter of staying out of the pits as long as possible. Because I don't have to worry about fuel at all. They made fuel consumption pretty slow, which is good. Because whenever you're in F1, you're not really worried about fuel either. I just worry about tires. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to switch to mediums. Because if I want to go in early... Well, not early. If I want to go in... I want to make sure that I don't have to go back. You know what I mean? But it does look like I have no choice. I have to pit this lap. I'll stay on racing softs. Looks like I will only need to be on softs. Softs, let's go. Don't refuel. I don't need to refuel. Which is great, actually. Yep, just give me tires. Look, they're pitting too, yeah. Perfect. Go, 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 go. 4 seconds. Let's go. Still ahead, and it's over. Kang's probably going to be in racing mediums. Well, they'll probably last a little bit longer. But because I'm so far ahead, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the handling on the racing softs are gonna be better. That's why I'm sticking with them. So that way, if anything does happen, if I do have to pit again for any reason, then we're good. 5 in the morning. 5 in the morning. Ghost of you. Like, you guys can tell I'm getting used to it, especially with the consistent okay, never mind. I just sit there and say, oh, I'm getting used to it, and then do shit like that. Really? God. 3 more laps. Yeah, there's not going to be any rain. That's gross. Yeah, like I said, as soon as I said I'm getting used to everything. Went from 21 seconds down to 16. That's stupid. You know, weirdly enough, didn't even need, what is it called? I don't need to pit again. 2 more laps. This was a long one, for sure. It kept me on my toes. Come on. 1 more lap. And it's over. 1 more lap, and it's all over. Yeah, I know it was a 114. It was not. It was not the greatest lap. But, what are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? Still up 21 seconds. I'm kind of curious on what tires Chang ran on. Because if it was mediums would have been perfect for me. But I don't know if that's actually what, you know, what they were running. Come on. Finish strong. That's all we need to do is finish strong on this one. There we go. That's it. That's it. That's the weekly challenge for February. The final week of February. See you next time. Bye-bye.